Alright, so I used my headphones. I forgot. Still not used to these headphones. So the question of the day is, can you breed competition for innovation without annihilation? Because competing for survival is a baser level instinct. And so, what I have surmised in this grand experiment that we live in is that we were bred to compete for innovation. And now the architects of our system says, okay, we have enough innovation. We have bred so much competition where people are trying to annihilate each other at really inopportune times that it's a double-edged sword when you breed competition within people, places, and things, when you breed competition within animals. We don't like dog fighting. We don't like any of those types of competitions where one has to annihilate the other, but that's kind of what's going on right now in our world. Whether it's the cancel culture, whether it's the trolls and the cyberbullies, or whether it's companies that are manufacturing competition because there really is no difference between the companies. They're just trading clients and people and customers back and forth all the time. You know, I did a story. In this last video, I talked about when I was in the Department of Insurance, or when I was working in the insurance world. I moved to Washington, and I was at the Department of Insurance. I was sitting in there waiting to schedule a test, and there was a district manager in there from American Family Insurance, and I'm with farmers, and I'm like, ooh, the competition, because I asked him what agency he worked for, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm a district manager for American Family, I'm getting registered too, and da da da. I'm like, oh yeah, you're the competition. He's like, no, we're not competition. We're not competition. We're just trading clients back and forth. And so I'm like, yeah, you're right. We are, because yes, the Department of Insurance controls which companies have to charge a higher premium over other companies that can charge lower premiums. So they actually control the market. They control who actually will charge higher and who will charge lower, and then what do you have to do to keep your clients or for them not to go and shop you. Because I remember every so often Farmers Insurance premiums were higher than everybody else's, but in reality we were higher for a certain amount of time, and then we had a reduction in the premiums like a couple of years later, and then State Farm was higher. And so it's a manipulated market. The business world today is a contrived manufactured competition. And so but it's a double-edged sword, because when you breed competition for innovation, at this point right now, in all the sports and all the different competitive types of things, it's about destroying your opponent in some way, shape, or form. And then that causes imbalances when you are projecting outwards. So, like I was saying before, the activism world is all about projecting, never taking responsibility, always looking for a savior, always looking for an enemy. And so right there is another a competition. Is that it's somebody else's fault because you didn't get ahead. Or you now want a savior so that way you can get ahead. But it's never you actually being the one to get yourself ahead and all that stuff. So the thing that I'm looking for in the next new world is, how can you breed a friendly competition and live indefinitely? Because right now we're in a world where everyone's dying and reproducing, and they're breeding competition, and they're trying to get innovation. But we live in a manufactured, science experiment. We're all a bunch of lab rats, and they had to breed competition to create innovation, and then eventually annihilation. And so now I'm wondering, can we have a new world where you can have competition, where you can have innovation, and no one has to annihilate each other. No one has to go and try to destroy somebody else, because it's all about balance. We have enough We have enough technology, enough room on this earth. We have the sun, the stars, the planets, the moon, all that stuff, darkness, light, different. We can even control the weather. We have enough food. We have enough food on this earth, or enough room to grow food on this earth. But the thing is that do we truly want to be supporting an infrastructure of imbalanced people who want to destroy each other? But the powers that be that created the society created this. They caused this. Now, I'm not saying that it's not my responsibility to take it. No, I take full responsibility for my own life. And that's why I did the Jilly Juice. So I created the Jilly Juice. So that way I don't have to keep blaming those that made me be here. It's your fault that I can't have the life that I want. No, it's my own fault if I don't have the life that I want. So at some point, you as a human now realize that yes, you are in a very huge experiment, and yes, there is a depopulation agenda going, which is a reduction of the population, taking out the imbalanced people who are trying to annihilate each other and who are not innovative, who are just, people that just don't care about their fellow man. And so yes, we're in a depopulation agenda, not an extinction, but a depopulation. And so what I'm trying to propose is that can we have a competition with innovation and no annihilation, where there's enough room for us all, there's enough resources for us all, we don't have to compete for them, but what would motivate us? The fact that we have the desire to learn, to expand our intellect, to expand our talents. Do you realize there's so much out there? When you put a list of what everybody does, where you're learning how to fix a car, how to make a car, if you wanted to learn that, how to fish if you wanted to learn that, how to hunt if you wanted to learn that, how to play a piano, the oboe, the flute, okay, how to sing, how to do opera, how to act, how to build a house. There's so much to do out there, okay, that, we don't have to destroy each other. We don't have to breed so much competition and then, feel like, I don't know, there's so much, there's so much we can do without feeling like, I don't know, I'm just creating right now in my head. But I think that we don't have to compete for survival if we have enough resources and enough balanced people that we don't have to play the survival of the fittest game, that we can just do things and enjoy our life, enjoy playing the piano, enjoy learning how to play the piano. Maybe the incentive to be in our society, or the reward to be in our society, is how many talents and how many things can you practice. And not that you have to pay for it, no, because everything we have enough to go around where you don't have to pay for all it. What you're paying with is your ability to show the masses that you have a capability, you have this, that you are contributing to the harmony of society. Or if you're living indefinitely, we can recycle. But who's going to make all the steel? Who's going to build all the prefabrication for a house? I mean, I'm just kind of thinking out loud, because why would only some people be doing the hard labor and throwing steel and driving a truck, and they want to learn how to play the piano? Well, in an advanced society, if it's just a button that you push and there's a side of a house, you don't need that many people to do all the hard labor. Now you can have people that are doing some fun stuff. I don't know. I just think that there is a society in the future where it's not based on survival of the fittest. It's based on enjoying your life and expanding your thought process, expanding your evolution, whatever that is. So my whole thing is, yes, competition's like, yeah, I mean, a little competition, breed a little bit of innovation, but no one's annihilating because everyone's living indefinitely. No one's dying, no one's reproducing. It's a very, controlled, but a good controlled society. where no one feels like they're under control. They're just living. They're just enjoying. They're too distracted with playing the piano to worry about what the neighbor is doing down the street. They don't have to worry about what the neighbor's doing down the street because everyone's balanced like them. Right now, everyone's too worried about what each other's doing because we know people who are imbalanced. There's different levels of evolution that you have to worry about what goes on down the street because you don't want to be, in harm's way. You have to kind of, so I don't know. I'm just thinking. But I'm going to go because I'm going to go write my stuff. I just want to give you my thoughts, because I just want you guys to think about what kind of future you want to create. Because at this point, if you don't know your purpose or can think about your purpose and how you want to contribute to the world, how you want to contribute to the world in a way that makes sense as you're living indefinitely, then someone's going to bring a purpose to you. They're going to give you a purpose. Okay? And I know that I'll have purposes given to me for a while because we do live in a world right now where there's a lot of dinosaurs in government, there's dinosaurs in universities, there's dinosaurs in different corporations. There's no way that at this point that we can change everyone in one fell swoop. And we don't want to change people that don't want to be changed, but at some point that genetic line will be ended because they will reproduce themselves out of existence, and that brainwashing, that propaganda, their belief systems will die with them. And then the transition of the Jilly Juice world will definitely come into play because people want to live. They don't want to freaking die. So I'm just introducing a new thought process, and we are creating and converting as we speak. When you speak, you put into existence. When you don't speak, it doesn't exist. When you speak it, it exists. That's the power of speaking. Understand your power that you can put into existence things that you never thought you could because you never spoke of it in a way where you can align with it in body, mind, and spirit. Okay, bye. I gotta go.